In the middle of June, I will be doing some casting or commentating for Eternal, which is another card game. And I can tell you, my first week of getting into Eternal and learning the game has been very interesting. I was even taking notes. I've got notes scribbled all over this page from people helping me out and trying to teach me Eternal. Here's kind of the big thing that I had to teach myself, I think, so far in learning this is forget what you think you know. In terms of the gameplay and mechanics, especially for attacking, Eternal is much more like Magic the Gathering than it is Hearthstone. And the other big thing is that health or damage that was taken away during combat resets at the start of a new turn. In Hearthstone, damage that was put on there by a minion hitting into another minion, for example, stays there permanently. And I think for me, that was a big difference that I really had to start learning over this first week, where that's not the same. I can't think about the combat and making trades in the same way that I do for Hearthstone. Now, the first day that I did some streaming was actually also the first day that a new set and some changes in the game came out. So there was definitely a lot of extra learning. There's a lot of variety and ways to play within these card games. I think looking at the various options in Eternal was very eye opening, honestly. There is a lot in Eternal, just like there is Hearthstone, but Hearthstone kind of has seemed to spread out much more. Eternal feels more of kind of the classic or typical kind of card game. Again, very similar to Magic, but one thing that I think is fantastic in Eternal is the ease of being able to do the various formats. You can jump into a draft against computers, constructed against computers of increasing difficulty and get rewards. There are single player puzzles. You can do a draft style against players. You can play casual against players. You can play ranked against players. There is a league type thing that lasts for a whole month that is kind of a buy in, almost tournament style. You really can jump into those different modes very easily. Now, maybe you won't be great at them or get a lot of wins, but the ease of being able to just find the mode very quickly, jump in, and start is fantastic. And the last big thing that I learned about the game is how fantastic it is for free to play players. You get tons of rewards. You get to open chests with some gold and a card for basically like every win. Like, no matter what you do, you're just like, you win, you get rewarded. I mentioned the drafts, again, very similar to Magic, more so than Hearthstone. You do a draft where you pick cards from a variety of packs. You get to keep those cards. You build your collection by playing the things in the game rather than having to just craft or buy packs or things to make cards. And I think that that alone is fantastic. It's really made me excited to play. I feel like just jumping in, I've gone through different modes, but every time that I win or I finish something, it's like, hey, my collection is better now. Or I get wins and I feel rewarded for those wins. And I think it is fantastic, especially the fact that there is the one draft against computers. I think starting out, that has been one of the best features for me. It's a very accessible way for me to jump in, start playing the game, start learning how things work, and build my collection at the same time. The game is also very fantastic for streamers or for people wanting to get their friends to play. And if you want to try it out, there is a link in the description below. You can use that link to get the game. And as you play, both you and I will get some rewards along the way. So if you choose to play it, let me know what you think in the description below, or if you've played it before, let me know as well. And I'll be putting out even more content on my learning process for new card games. So if you enjoy that, I would really appreciate a thumbs up or a subscribe as well if you want to stay tuned for more content like that. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And if you're interested in mindset or other aspects of competitive card games, you can check out these playlists here.